Okay, it says that we are live. I'm going to hope that we are. Hi, everybody. I am Michelle Solis with Sassy Ink, and welcome to my Friday night Stamp and Sip. This is, what's today? It's Friday the 10th, November 10th, 7 p.m. And tonight I was going to do um, some partial die cutting. So I was in a store the other day. I was in Barrington Books and in Barrington, and I was shopping in like the little home section that they have there. A really pretty store, and they had these place cards, and they were super cute. And the when they were in the package, well, this is not exactly the way they were. They were in the package. It was all the same leaf, all the same leaf. So they were one behind the other. But they had one in the front folded, and then they had all the other ones behind it. Like, I couldn't tell what was going on. So I took them out of the package, and it turned out that they were these little place cards that had a cutout, a die cut leaf. So it was like a 3 by 3 with a die cut leaf. And so when you folded this over, the little leaf stuck up. And I just thought that they were so cute. And I thought, well, I think I can make that. I'm going to try. So I started looking up a bunch of videos on Pinterest of partial die cutting. And so I came up with a few different videos that I watched. Lisa Curcio was one. And then there was another thing. I couldn't watch a video. I had to read the whole directions. So anyway, I kind of figured out how to do this. So I'm going to show you this one. And then I'm going to show you a couple of other cards that were made with a partial die cut technique. And I'm hoping that you guys will try this. It's not hard. Once you understand the concept, it's not hard, and it's a lot of fun to play with. So it's another way to get some life out of your stamps and coordinating dies. Okay, so that's what we're doing tonight. All right, so let me turn the camera down to the hands. Ta-da! All right, well, when it wasn't live, it seemed like it wasn't fuzzy, but now when I go live, it looks fuzzy. I don't know. I have to work on that. Okay, so this is the first thing. Oh, so cheers, everybody. Sorry, it's a Friday night. It's actually Veterans Day observed for some people. Some people were off. I actually had to work today. But happy Veterans Day, everybody. And to all the veterans of my life, thank you for your service. Cheers. Hey, Lorraine. Oh, it looks clear to you? Okay, good. It looks clear on my phone, but on my computer, it looks a little fuzzy. I don't know. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for joining me tonight. All right, I'm drinking some Riesling tonight, finishing up my bottle of Riesling, which is delicious. Okay, so these placed cards were made with gorgeous leaves. This is a retired set, so don't get excited about it. There are some beautiful leaf sets, though, in the mini catalog that will work just as well for this, and actually I think are a little bit prettier. But anyway, so that's the set that I used for this, if you were wondering. But tonight we're going to create the place cards with this one, Christmas Classics. So this is in the mini catalog. And what I'm going to do tonight is do place cards with one with this greenery, like a pine evergreen greenery, and then this one with the holly leaf. This also has some berries, but I'm not doing the berries tonight. I just want to show you the technique. So what I need is the 2 stamps, and then I need the 2 dies that coordinate with those stamps. I need a 3 by 3. These are 3 by 3 scored at 1.5. So just scored in half. So it's going to be a little tent card is what it's going to be. Place card for like a Christmas table. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to use some shaded spruce here tonight. We are going to stamp our image. So you just decide where you want to stamp it and which way do you want it to go. So I think I want this one to be facing down. I'm going to write on this side of it. So I want it to be facing down like this. And I don't want this to take up the whole space because you want to write someone's name here. So I'm going to make it come in this way. And so then just this part is going to be at the bottom where I'm going to write next to. And this is the part that's going to be sticking up. Okay. You could also go this way if you wanted to. Do we like that better? Oh, maybe we like that better and have this part sticking up. Oh, let's try it that way. All right, so we're going to ink this up. I don't know, I haven't tried one with this stamp yet, so this is going to be new. I will be surprised just along with you. All right, so we're going to stamp this. Okay. Oops. And while I'm stamping and I've got my ink out, let's do the holly leaf. So let's see, we'll go this way with the holly leaf. This way. Oh, it's just so cute. I love this little holly leaf. I think this is my favorite. I like this one the best, I think. Let's go this way. Do one pointing up and one pointing down. Look how pretty. I probably should have gone further. Let's get another one. Good thing I made some extras. Let's go a little further down. Yeah, let's try that. All right, it's just an experiment. You got to experiment. Then when you get it to where you like it, you'll go, okay, that's what I need to do. And you'll just create a whole bunch like that. Of course, you could mix and match for the table. They don't all have to be the same. All right, so the whole key to this is the die cutting. I need my dies, but I'm going to really need my low-tech tape. Okay, so this is some low-tech artist tape that I'm using to hold my die in place. Okay, that's going to be important. So on this one, we want to position the die exactly like you normally would, right around your image. And you're going to use some low-tech tape to hold that in place. Okay, and then the same thing with this one. I haven't actually used this die yet, so I'm not sure exactly how it lines up, but that looks good. Okay, now the key to this is the way that you place it into onto your panel here. Oh, what is this called? Platform. Okay, so your die, when you place this, your die is going to cut wherever you have these two plates together. So the key to this technique is to only place the plate across the part that you want cut out. So I want this side of it to cut out and this side to stay. So we're going to place the plate right on this score line here, just like that, when it goes through the machine. So that is the way it's going to line up. We're going to bring it to the platform. And the whole trick is going to be, can I get it through the platform while you guys are watching me? Let's see. So this was tricky. I have to tell you, you got to hold on to this and make sure it stays where you want it. Hold on to it as you're rolling it through. Okay. So once it comes out, I take this off gently, and we're going to be able to fold this now on the score line. Now what happened is it didn't quite go to the score line. So I'm going to just use my snips, if I can find those, and just snip this little piece. So close. So it tends to want to jockey around when you're rolling it through. You really have to hold on to it tight to get it through there. So I'm just going to cut that little piece right there, and that should be fine. Okay, so there we go. So now it's standing up. So you've got, when it's flat, looks like this. And then when you fold it, it's going to look like that. I think those are so adorable for the holiday table. All right, so let's get this other one done. Let's put him through and see if we have any better luck with him. All right, we're going to try again. So we're going to put this on here, and we're going to put our plate. I'm going to move it down a little. We're going to put our plate right on the score line, which in this one is hard to see. And actually, I'm going to just smush it up a little bit, just scooch it a tiny bit up. So that way, if it jockeys back a little bit, hopefully it'll be on exactly on the score line. Oh, I moved it. I moved it. 1 second. Okay, now we just want to hold it tight and roll it through. All right, and that's the toughest part of this whole thing, is just holding the plate where you need it. Something is on my plate here. Something sticky. Okay. All right, so let's take this off. And fold this one. Oh, that one worked much better. So you just have to practice. Look at that. Look how cute. So you could definitely color this in if you wanted to, or just leave it like that. So that's the technique. Hey, Sharon. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining. Okay, so that's the way that you do that. So if you guys didn't quite see that, you can go back and watch the very beginning of the replay. But we're going to do a couple other techniques, and by the time we're done, you should understand what we did with these place cards. Okay. Okay, so there's the little place cards. How cute is that for a holiday table? And of course, you can spruce them up. We can put some blings on here. Let's see what we got for blings. We've got some holiday rhinestone basic jewels, which again, I don't think these are actually in the catalog, but there are some jewels in the catalog that will work just as well. Or you could put some little red ones on here to make it look like little berries. Cute. Just super cute for the holiday table. What do you think? I like it a lot. Okay, so those are the place cards. All right, ready for this now? We're going to do another one. All right, we're doing a different technique. Well, same technique, different. This is going to be a card. Okay, so for this one, let me show you the card I made first. Where are we? Okay, this is the card I made. This one is Lisa Curcio taught me how to do this one. Okay, so this is a 4¼ by 11 card base, right? 4¼ by 11, scored at 5½. And so what I did then was created this panel, and we stamped this image, and then we partial die cut this image. So you've got this panel on top of your image, and you can see the cutout here. Hopefully you can see the cutout there. And then the image stamped underneath. Okay, I think you'll be able to see it even better. I picked a white card base this time with a colorful panel to do the top. Hopefully you'll be able to see it a little better. I think I like this when it's stamped with a more solid image. So we're going to do that tonight and see what that looks like. Okay, so this is the card that we are making. But we're going to make it with Nature's Prints. This stamp set, which is in the annual catalog. I'm using this large ginkgo leaf image for this one. Okay, so let's move this other stuff out of the way. All right, so what we need again is a card base that is 4¼ by 11. I'm going to use white this time around. And then I've got my 2 panels. These are cardstock Melon Mambo and Fresh Freesia. And those measure, the Melon Mambo is a little bit larger. It's 2 7/8 by 5½. So it's going to go from top to bottom on your card. And then the Fresh Freesia is 2 3/4 by 5½. And that's going to layer up like that. Okay. Then I have a strip of the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper. That's 1 inch by 5½. That's going to go under here and just give it a little bit of color like that. Okay. All right. So what you need for this one is you need a pencil. So you're going to figure out exactly where your panel is going to go and where you want your stamp to go. So I want my stamp, obviously has to fit onto the card, so can't go too far over here. And I think I'm going to shimmy it a little bit so that we get more of it off the panel there. So I think I'm going to want it there. So I'm going to move my panel just a little bit more. Really, I just need this one. Just a little bit more here. Okay, so I like that. So I'm going to put the stem is going to be on top of the panel. And it's going to be here. All right, so when you have that positioned, when you know where your panel is going to be, which is kind of a bummer, it doesn't show much with the DSP. I think we do need to move it over. Let's see. Let's scooch this a little more. All right, we want to see that pretty Designer Series paper. Okay, so let's scooch it that way. All right, so it's going to go here. All right, when we decide where it's going to go, we want to make a pencil line. So just a light pencil line here. Oops, straight would be good, Michelle. There we go. All right, a light pencil line there. So you know where you're going to stamp. Then we're going to bring in our Melon Mambo. And we're going to stamp our image. I love this ginkgo leaf image. Make sure we've got nice and inked up. And then we're going to stamp right here. And we just want to make sure we get it nice, even pressure so we get the whole image and we don't have to start over again. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to wait a second for this to dry. We can erase our line. Actually, let's wait till we erase our line. Let's put these together first. We want to die cut both of these pieces at the same time. So we're going to glue these together. This is only like the third time I've done this, so bear with me, people. Okay, so we're going to glue this together. Maybe. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Then we're going to position this back on the card. We'll leave our line there so we know where we're supposed to be. Okay, now we want to position our die so that the die lines up properly. And what did I do with it? Here we go. Okay, so we're going to get the die on here. We can see where it needs to line up here. I just want to make sure this is straight here. Yep, that looks good. Okay. Okay, once you know it's in the right place, you need a piece of low-tack tape. Let me grab the one that we already used. So I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one here. Okay, then you can pick this up, and we're going to run it through the die cut machine. And this one, you just run through the die cut machine normally, just the normal way that you do. But I'm going to go back and forth a few times because it has a bunch of layers. So we've got 2 layers. So I'm going to go forward, and then I'm going to go backwards, rock the whole table, and go forwards and backwards one more time, just to make sure that it went all the way through. So we're going to check that. It looks like it did. Okay. Okay, so we're going to then take this off. Gently. Just want to make sure I didn't rip my paper. Because I put it through there so many times, it really stuck to the paper. So we just want to be gentle with that. Okay. All right, so then you've got your die cut piece out of there. I've got a little piece of tape on there. There we go. Okay, so then we can erase our line here. And your panel, when you glue it on, is going to go right around your image, just like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we're going to add our designer series paper here. Now, if you see, it's very faint, but if you see that you've got an indentation here with the where you taped it, or too much of an indentation here where you've gone back and forth. Actually, I've got glue on here from the tape. But if you find that you have too much of an indentation there, what you can do is run this through with an embossing folder. So it gives it the whole thing texture. That's exactly what I did with this one. I used an embossing folder to give it some texture, and that masks any flat areas that you might have This one does not look too bad. I'm happy with it. Okay, so we're going to add our designer series paper to this one. And we're just going to get that on the edge here. I am having a hard time lining stuff up tonight. I don't know why. Courtney would tease me and say I had too much wine, but I did not. All right. So you're going to line this up the best that you can. And then we're going to put this panel on. Oh, what am I doing? I wanted dimensionals on there. I almost just glued that down. Okay, we're going to do this one with dimensionals. Okay, I've got glue on myself. Oy. Now, the trick to this is really getting a lot of dimensionals on here because it's a large panel, and if you mail it, it's going to get squished when it goes through the mail rollers. So you want to enforce the edges, and then you want to reinforce your die cut area here so it doesn't fall in. I think that looks good. Okay. I think these are about a penny a piece. So whoever's getting this one definitely has to be worth it, right? We used a whole 10 cents here. All right, so we got to get all our backing off. Oh, goodness, this is the fiddly part. There we go. Okay, then we're going to add it to the card. Okay, and we just want to line this up around your image and then to the top and bottom edge of the card. There you go. And I think that's pretty easy to see, right? And then I've got a little sentiment here. I'm going to put a dimensional just right here on this end because we've got this one raised up. We're just going to put one dimensional on the end there. And then we are going to put some glue on this other side so it will be even. And there you go. And then we could put a little bow there, would be cute. What did I bring? I brought some flings here somewhere. Didn't I? Oh yeah, so I brought the iridescent jewels. That's what I brought. The iridescent jewels, but now I lost my tape. Oh, take your pick tool. So help us put our little jewels on here. I love these jewels because they just pick up whatever color designer series paper you're using. They pick up that color. There. How's that? Okay, so I think that came out really nice. I love that technique. I was really intimidated by it the first time that I saw it, but I think that it's really not hard. Once you understand the concept of what you're doing, it's not hard. So I think you need to just go through your stamps and find some stamps that you like with the coordinating die and see what you come up with. I do think it looks better with a more solid image. This one is super dainty. I might have maybe done this with like a white mat underneath, and then I could have colored that. That's a thought too. We'll have to try that as well. Anyway, so that's the second technique that I was going to show you. But now I'm going to blow your mind. Are you ready? Okay, I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready. All right, this is the next card we're going to make. Look at this one. Ha ha ha. So this one is a partial die cut using 2 dies. Oof, right? Sounds tricky, but this is my favorite thing. I think I have to find like every die that I could possibly do this with. I love this. This is the Zany Zoo. So this one has this little image was stamped and it has a coordinating die. And then I used the deckled rectangles, the deckled circles to create the circle behind her. Okay, so this one is fancy. Look at this too. I did the envelope. I had a little piece. I had her all, she's still not balanced properly. I had her all crazy, but I had to cut a piece off of here and I used the embossed piece on my envelope, created an embossed envelope there. So this is the one we're going to do next. All right, we are going to use for this one, the owls. I don't have a block for my sentiment. All right, let's use this block over here. All right. Okay, so for this one, we're going to use the owls. I am using Blueberry Bushel card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm using the Stargazing paper, designer series paper, and that is 4 by 5 1/4. And that is just going to adhere to the card base. Okay. Get that on there straight, hopefully. Okay, that part's easy. All right, now what we want to do is figure out where we want our owl and then how big a circle we need around our owl. So we're going to pull out our deckled circles here. We have a lot of choices, so we can figure this out. I think what I'm going to do is use this owl image. I think I like that one. It takes up more space than this guy, so I think I like this one. So if I position him here, I'm not using a die cut, I'm going to use a stamp, but I want to position him. I want to look and see which circle I want to use. And what you're going to do is position your circle around your image, but not completely around your image. Otherwise, you'll cut the whole thing out. You want to have it go like 3/4 of the way down your image. So we can position him here. Make the circle there. Maybe we want to use a smaller circle. Let's see. Oh, I think that's better because I do want to get this little moon in there. Okay, so that is what, the fourth biggest one I'm using on there. Okay, so we'll use the fourth biggest, fourth smallest image. Now we're going to stamp it. Okay, so we're going to grab I'm using Blueberry Bushel to match my card base. Ink him up. Oh, that's a lot of ink. That's a very juicy ink pad. Okay, I think it's going to be okay. So we want him to go kind of right in the middle here. So pretty. A little snowy owl. Okay. Now we're going to position our circle right around him. And again, we're going to use our tacky tape here and here to hold that in place. Now again, The trick is in the placement of the plates, where you're going to put your plates. Okay, so we're back to the same type of technique that we did before. We want to make sure that we're going to place our plate so that it's going to leave a little area here that's not covered, because if we cover this whole circle, it's going to just cut our owl right in half. So we want to make sure we're only putting our plate to this edge and that edge. So for this technique, you really want, this is going to be a little crooked, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to put this a little high, and then I'm going to end up having to fussy cut that little edge, I think, because he's not exactly symmetrical. Like she was much more symmetrical here. So the plate could come down right like that on either side of her leg, straight like that. But this one is a little more asymmetrical. So we're going to do the best we can. We're going to do, I'm going to look at the highest point, which is going to be that point there. And I can fussy cut just a teeny bit here. Okay, so that's how we're going to put our plate. And we're going to run that through. Again, it's tricky because you got to hold it and try not to jostle it. All right, we've got to hold this tight. Oops. Oops. Okay, let's get this in here. Come on, we can do it. Hold it tight. And go. All right. Okay. Let's see what he looks like here. I'm going to take this off. Oh, my tape. He says, you might have to get a new piece. I'm giving up. There we go. Okay, so you can see what has happened. So it came right just almost exactly down to the tail here. This left a little area, but that's okay. We're going to just leave it just like that. Now, how do we get this image? We've got to cut her out. So we're going to use the die for the owl, which I lost. Here it is. And we're going to cut the owl now. Okay, so we're going to get some tape on him. We don't want him to move. And again, we're going to position our plate just where we did before on either side. And we're going to cut the owl out. All right. So we're going to feed that in there. And hold it. And hopefully we have magic. Okay, so now we can see this wants to come out, but it's going to need a little help. So we're going to just fussy cut the edge here. That one, and I'm going to fussy cut this side just till it meets up there. Okay, and if I was really, well, you know me, I'm like a perfectionist. I would have to get this little tiny piece out of there, but I'm going to just leave it. Or not. Okay, So now what I did with her, because this one looks pretty good. What I did with her, that image with the Zany Zoo, was I put it through with the subtle embossing folder. You definitely can use an embossing folder on this image, but you want to make sure that you're not using anything that's got a real defined pattern, because you are going to get that pattern on your image as well. So I tried it the first time with the musical notes, and she had little musical notes all over her and just didn't look right. So I went back to the subtle pattern on that one. But this one I think looks nice. Just have some tape residue here. Okay, I like it, just like that. Then I was going to add my little moon up here. So let's get this attached to the card. And again, we're going to use dimensionals. Now on this one, because this background was really busy behind her, I put a piece of blue, balmy blue cardstock back there to make her pop out a little bit better. But I really like the image of the sky behind the owl. So we're going to leave that. And we're going to just do some dimensionals here. Again, supporting your image. You want to go around. You just want to stick to me tonight instead of the card. Okay. Da, da, da. I feel like you need hold music on hold while we watch us take the sticky backs off. I don't know why. I need more fingernails is what I need. I can't get these off of here. I need to learn a different technique. There we go. All right. So then we're going to stick this on here. Just like that. And we're going to put the little moon up there. If I can find my glue. Ta-da. And then I'm just going to use my Warm Wishes stamp here with the blueberry bushel again. We're going to add this to the Tuesday night challenge. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should just, I don't know about that. They're all going to be like, what? Which card was it? Well, I could get them to watch my video, right? Okay. So this one I'm going to do a little, what do you call this? Banner edge, banner end. It needs to be a little shorter, I think. Just create a quick banner just to give it a little bit of interest there, and we'll stick that up with some dimensionals as well. There we go. He could have a little friend. He could have a little friend. I'll have to do him in blueberry bushel. All right, well, we'll leave them like that for now. And what did I do with my blings? I just got these Tinsel Gems 4-pack. I don't know if that's blueberry bushel, but I'm using it. They're very sparkly. I haven't opened these yet. Do you feel special that I'm opening for them for you guys? Okay. So yeah, I don't know what color this is. Yeah, it's pretty close. Oh boy. Too much pressure. Where to put the bling while I'm on camera here? Down here. There we go. All right. So there's that one, which was this one. And I did make one more of those. So this one was with the Brood for You set. Another round for your birthday. How cute is that? And I used the Go Fishing paper for this one. Unfortunately, what I did here was I took my greeting and I put it over the image so that you can't really tell that the image is cut out like this. So there's a tip. Don't cover up all your hard work. Yeah, I think I should have repositioned that a little bit better so that you could see that the bottle and this whole piece was all one piece. I think it looks amazing, right? So that's it. Let's see what you guys can come up with. Go see if you can find some images. You kind of need an image that's like, for this one, that's straight up and down. Nothing that's too you know what I mean? That's too convoluted or too asymmetrical. You need something that's straight up and down for this one to be as easy. Um, but anyways, let me know what you guys think about that technique. Let me know if you think that you might try it. I think it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to just experiment with the stuff that you have. Okay, so we'll get all our little projects in here. And let me know what you guys think. Okay, so I was at work all day, but I hear that there is a sale going on. So I am going to look at the website, and as soon as I find out what the sale is, I will email everybody on my list and let you guys know what's going on. Or you can go to the Stampin' Up! Website and check it out. Um, but yeah, I haven't been able to check it out yet, but I heard something happened. There's a sale. Okay, so that's it for me. Thanks, Lorraine. Yeah, I think these are really fun. I've been having a good time playing with my stamps and coordinating dies. So anyway, that's it for me. You guys enjoy your weekend. Happy Veterans Day, and cheers to all the vets in my life. I think I said that already, but enjoy your weekend. I don't know if you guys got a long weekend. I had to work today, but enjoy it anyways. I think it's going to be nice weather, even though it's going to be chilly. All right, that's it for me tonight. Um, stay crafty, my friends. I'll see you next week.